Hello everyone, welcome to part 84 of Advanced Ecom series in Laravel 8. So we are going to continue working on add to cart functionality, in which user will select the product size and quantity to add the product in carts table. Okay, carts table we have created a few videos back, and here if we will click on add to cart, see the product ID is 1, size is medium, and quantity is 1. Okay, and these details we are going to save in the carts table that we have created. Okay, so here we are going to save the details of the card item that the user is going to add, but before adding the card details, we will do few things, few checks we are going to add. And one check is we will check first of all product size is a product size is in stock or not. Okay, like if the user is selecting medium size of this product ID is 1, medium size of this product, then we are going to check in products attributes table, medium size product ID 1 and the size is medium. So see 20 stock is available, so it means that its stock is available. If in case its stock is not available, if in case its stock is 0, then we will return back the user with the error message that the stock is not available, means required quantity is not available. Okay, so one check is this one, and another check is like if we have added the medium size of this product id 1, and after that we are going to try adding the same size again, then it will show the error that product size already exists in shopping cart. Okay, so these two checks, first of all we will check, we will do these two conditions we will add. After that we are going to save the product in the cards table. Okay, so let's start. And one more thing, one more check is there, size is available or not. Like product attributes, go in product attributes here, and here you can see the status of this size must be 1. Okay, so this check also we are going to do. I'm going to check there in admin panel that status of every size will be there. We have maintained that size, and this check also we require 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so we will go to products. Here I can open its attributes. uh, Here we have price stock. Okay, so that thing we have not given so far. Unable, disable, see here it is active, inactive. So like it is inactive, then see it is 0. Okay, that is fine. Okay, so this check also we require, and we will also add this check. Okay, so I will again make it active. So we will do one thing here, we will only show here the active sizes. Okay, so like if blue casual t-shirt, you will make one of the size deactive, like I will inactive medium size, then medium size must not come here. Okay, so here I am going to update this detail page as well. Products controller of front end, and open the detail function, and here okay, we are going to pick this attributes. I'm going to open product model. Okay, so here I can do one thing, attributes. Here I can add this subquery, so that we can only select the sorry, we can only select the active sizes. Okay, where status of this one will be 1, status 1, and something is missing here. let's see if okay, some error is coming in the subquery. So we will add square brackets here, okay, instead of there, also like this. Now we will check once again. Okay, so now we can check here, small and large size are coming, medium is not coming because we have added the condition here that only okay, now you can see that in admin, if we will disable any size, and that will not come at front end. Okay, so here I am going to disable small also, only large size is now active, and both small and medium are inactive, and we can refresh and we can check here that only large size is coming. Okay, so those active sizes we are going to show at front end. Okay, so now we are also going to add two checks. Okay, so I will explain you the checks here while adding product in card. Okay, we are going to add few checks. Okay, so here I'm going to add few checks that are one check is product size. Product size is not out of stock. Product size, we can say, must be in stock. Okay, so one check is if the size is not in stock, then we will show the error message to the user. Okay, and the next check is and that one is product size not already exists in shopping cart. In shopping cart. Okay, so these two checks, product size must be in stock and product size not already exist in shopping cart. Okay, here we will also add like product size is not 0, you can say. Okay, so these two checks also, and one more check we can add here, and that is product size must be active, must be enabled, or must be active. Okay, so after that we are going to save the product in cards table. Okay, so now it is clear. So these few checks we are going to add, and so open products controller here, go to add to card, and here we have already getting the data. Okay, like if I will select small one and it is coming here, so here I will add these checks like this. Okay, so first check is check product stock is available or not. Okay, so if product stock is available, then we are going to add. So I will add here get product stock. Get product stock, we can say attribute stock exactly. Okay, so we are going to get the stock from the products attribute model, where two things we are going to compare, product ID and size. Okay, so here product ID is dollar data product ID, and the next one is size, and that will be dollar data size, like this. Okay, so here we are going to use first, and you can use array also. It's your fish. We can use two array. Okay, so now we are having we will get the stock of this one, like small is the size and product ID is 1, so we will get 1 is the product ID, and small we will get 15 stock. Okay, so let's check once that how much stock we will get product stock. Okay, so we are going to get like this. Oh, sorry. We need to disable this one, then only we can get. Now we can check here and see 15 stock we are getting. So we are going to compare this 15 stock with the stock that is coming from the user end. Okay, so that stock is dollar data quantity. We are going to do one thing here. If uh, if dollar get product stock means product stock, if product stock uh, is less than the user stock, this is the user stock. Okay, uh, if it is less than means the stock that is available is less than the stock that is demanded by the user. Okay, then we will show the error. Okay, so we will give here message dollar message, and here we are going to required quantity is not available. Okay, so this is the message that we are going to show. Session flash error message and dollar message. Okay, so then we are going to return redirect back, and now see this one is not required, we can do like this. Okay, so now we will open the detail blade file where we are going to show the error message, and we can copy that from any of the earlier blade file like products blade file that we have used in admin panel as well. See, we can copy such kind of success as well as failure. So we can save here somewhere before form. Here we can add this one, and here we are going to add once again. Okay, success message and error message. Error message alert. Here we are going to show the alert tensor. Okay, so now we are going to check once, refresh, and send. It will not do anything because there we want to make this stock as 0, so we can make this stock here. From here we can make it 0. Okay, so now the stock is 0. Now we are going to select the small and add to cart, and okay, so session is required in press controller. So okay, so we are using this session, so that's why use session is required here. And now we are going to refresh once again, and now I'm going to select small one, and let's see, it is coming back but not showing. Here we need to update this one. Few things we can. This is the error message. Failed show. Okay, we can show like this. Danger. Once again I will do small one, and now see required quantity is not available. See, error message is coming here. Okay, so if any time the stock is not there, okay, and user have selected the small size and then one quantity, then add to cart, then the error message will be shown, required quantity is not available. Okay, So one more thing we can do here, that if the stock is not there for any of these size, then we will not even show the size here. Okay, like small size we will not show at all if this stock for small size is not there. Okay, so that thing also we can do. Okay, so that check also we can integrate, very simple check. And but this one also we can show required quantity is not available. So one more check we are going to add, like if the user have added this size, and after that he is going to add that size again, try to add that size again. Okay, but first of all I am going to generate the session now. So after generating the session, then we are going to save the product in table. After that we will work on that check. Okay, otherwise we will not come to know. So I'm going to generate the session now. Generate session id. Okay, so we are going to generate session id if it does not exist. Okay, if not exist, first we are going to check that session id is not already generated. Okay, we are going to check like this, session underscore id, and here session get session underscore id. Okay, so session id, if session id is empty, if empty, then we are going to generate session here. Okay, so session id equal to session get id, and here session put session id. We are going to now generate the session id and put it in session itself like this. Okay, so now our session has been generated. So after generating this session, we are going to save the product in card. So now save product in card. Simple enough, card is our model, and insert. See, there are two ways to add the product in card. One is simply we can use the insert query, like I am going to use now, and another one is that one, dollar card equal to new card. Okay, so another way is to use like this, dollar card equal to new card, like this, and after that we are going to add one by one. Okay, there are two ways to add save in product in card. Okay, so we are going to use this one that we have used many times. So let us use this time like this, insert see session id we are already having. We are going to save the session id. See, right now we have session id, we don't have the user id right now. User id we will have when the user is logged in. Okay, so session id we are going to save, and product id we are having. Product id is coming from the form, from add to cart form, and size we are having, that is coming from the add to cart form, and quantity we are having, that is coming from the add to cart form. Dollar message product has been added in cart. Okay, and then we are going to display here again, once again, that session flash success message. Oh, sorry. success message, $message, and then return redirect back. And here also we will update success message here as well. We are going to remove all this, and fine. Now we are going to try, and we are going to add medium size with 2 quantity, add to cart, and see card model is not there. We are going to add here the card model, use app card. Now we can try once again, refresh, and now it is coming, product has been added in card. Okay, so now we can check our card table, and you can see it is coming, user ID is coming as 0 because we don't have the user ID right now, but session ID you can see it is coming here, session ID is also coming, but credited and updated is coming as null because we have used the insert query. But now we are going to update our query, and we will use another query, okay, for inserting. So let us use the another one here instead of this one. We can disable this one and we can use the another one, and that is $card equal to new card like this, and then $card, then everything will come here, session ID, $session ID like this. Okay, 1 minute here, then product ID, now I will do like this, product ID and size and quantity. Okay, and after that I will save $card, save. Okay, so now this is the another way. Now let's I will make it empty. Now I'm going to check, will refresh, will select medium size with 1 quantity, add to cart, it's added, and now check here. Now again it has come with correct and red dates as well. Okay, so this is the better way of saving the data in table. Okay, and we are saving now, we are updating user card, that card table from the product item that the user has selected. Okay, so now we will add one more check, like if the user again added medium size, then it will again add. Okay, but that is wrong. See, it is added 2 times and that is wrong. Now the error message must come that the product already exists in card. Okay, so one more check we are going to add here, and we are going to add before see, I'm going to remove this one. We are going to add here. Okay, another check we are going to add here, check product if already exists in card. Okay, so here I'm going to do one thing, count card products, card, where then again we are going to add this one, like this, copy this one, product ID and size. Okay, and we will just get this time count. Okay, only required count, we just want to count, and if $count product is greater than 0, then it means this product is already in card. Okay, so here we will show the error message once again. I can copy like this, only the message will change here, and message will product already exists in card. Okay, product already exists in card. Okay, now we can try, and I am going to add first of all, see small is not there, this is error message. Okay, so I will try medium to add, and I will add medium, and medium has been added, you can see in card. Okay, so once again I'm going to try medium with one quantity, and here the error message is coming, product already exists in card. Okay, so now you have seen all the checks are coming correctly. Okay, and finally if you will add like large, if you will add large with one size, then it is product has been added in card, and you can check in card table that two of the items have been added with the session ID as well. Okay, here you can see the session ID is same because it the products has been added by the same user. Okay, that is the benefit of the session ID. So without login, we will save the session ID of the user so that we can check that which of the products have been added by the user. Okay, so in next video we are going to start working on the cards page, that page that I have shown you in last video. We will start working on the card page where we will show these items that have been added by the user. Okay, so stay tuned for that. So that's all for now. Have a nice time. Goodbye.